For our final award is the Outstanding Achievement Against Adversity Award. And for this one, we'd like to welcome one of our friends, Zoe, who's one of our partners from GambleAware. So, Zoe, look at that, look, seamless technology. How are you?
I am good. I tell you, it's great listening to all these amazing stories and tales and inspiration to us all. So
they're amazing, aren't they? The guys have been phenomenal.
Incredible, I have to say. Take my hats off, definitely, without a doubt.
Brilliant. Obviously, we had you on Man v Fat Talks a few weeks ago talking about Bet Regret. How did you find doing the Man v Fat Talks? Was it useful?
I think that's great. I mean, once again, I think it's on the basis that it's one thing for me to talk at, and you're talking at a computer in your home. Another thing to make sure that you're actually getting the interaction, which is why the chats and the pickup and, that sense of, if we were all in one room, just, being able to be together with, I think really just to be able to sense that online would be fantastic.
And the effort
going overall.
Sorry?
How's the campaign going overall?
Good. We're about to launch our next burst at the end of February, and we did some research on the campaign, and the message lands really well. It's a sort of balance between landing quite a serious message, but with a sort of a light tone of voice, so that people actually can relate and listen to it. The last thing we wanted to do is sort of wag our finger and tell people what they should do. So that's why it's deliberately using a wrestler, the analogy of the tap out, etc. But what we found in research was that some people are thinking we're saying tap out full stop, and we're not. We're saying tap out for some time out. So in the next stage of the campaign, we're just going to put a little bit more emphasis on that and say tap out, take a moment, avoid bet regret. Because at the end of the day, if anything we do in our lives, if you could just pause, think about it, make a decision whether you really want to do it. If you want to bet, that's great. If you don't want to bet, that's fine. But it'll just stop those people who are sort of betting in that sort of seamless way of chasing losses, which is not so good.
I think it's a really difficult time, isn't it? Because there's more TV football on than ever before. People can't go out and do a lot of the things that they want to do otherwise. And they sometimes then are reverting to the things that are accessible to them. So, using the gambling apps might be one, drinking more than maybe people would have done otherwise, eating more than maybe people would have done otherwise. Yeah. But gambling is one of those sort of public health messages that isn't often talked about within a normal public health sphere.
Absolutely right. I mean, there's been alcohol, tobacco, and now actually it's about time we put the limelight on gambling, because at the end of the day, we're not about prohibition. Everything in moderation, okay, but just keep it safe, think it through before you do it. And you're absolutely right. This last year, but let's face it, it's been incredibly challenging for us all, and never been more football. There was no football. Then there was tons and tons of football. We're all sitting at home, bored, anxious, a bit isolated, all too easy to make a bet and another bet. And that's not the right way to go. So it's, give it a minute, think it through. And then if you want to make that bet, that's fine.
Absolutely. And if anybody is struggling with gambling at this time, and maybe aren't in the place where they want to be with it, then obviously do speak to GambleAware. Loads of resources online, get in touch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Zoe, I believe you're going to announce our nominees for us.
Yeah, some amazing stories here. So we start with Andy Duff. Andy Duff, you said that Andy is simply awesome. He lost at least 6 stone in weight and provides support to the others by being the official photographer of our league. He recently knocked himself unconscious in a game, lost his memory for a while, and hasn't played since, so has been a facilitator. It turned out that he had a bleed on his brain and had a big operation to release the pressure. Despite that, he dealt with things positively and embodies everything that Man vs. Fat stands for. Then there's Steve Galbraith. You said, Steve participates in the league whilst managing multiple sclerosis. Having lost loads of weight with Man vs. Fat and additional exercise, Steve has taken up running for the MS charity to raise funds. Aaron Knight. Aaron works out the hardest of any person that I know in losing weight. He's lost nearly 40 kilos. Wow. But also takes the time to help others to lose weight and to organise things for those in the league. Then Aaron Richards. Aaron joined the Western League at the beginning back in 2017. He's been an inspiration in the way he's refused to let physical or mental health overshadow his remarkable progress. The sheer delight in his face when he achieved his first 5% weight loss and the way he's used this milestone as a motivation to lose more has been one of the absolute highlights of the Western League for everybody involved. He's now gone on to lose an amazing 8 stone. Amongst other activities, Aaron took part in his first ever park run in 2020 and continues to make a huge effort to change his eating habits at home. Although this hasn't come easily to him, he's certainly reaped the rewards. David Shipman. David has shown a real willingness to talk about his own mental health and to show support for those that may be in a similar position. He's managed to overcome his depression and is now losing a great deal of weight for his team at Man vs. Fat. Chris Valentine. Chris has made amazing progress with Man vs. Fat. He's shown fantastic work ethic whilst motivating his friends, and he's lost over 10% of his body weight whilst participating in the league. And he's also a great guy who inspires others.
Fantastic. And I think Tim's going to give us the drum roll.
And the winner is...
So no drum roll. Shall I just announce it? Shall I
It's
just...
coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Andy Duff. Bloody brilliant.
Fantastic. And I believe we're going to have Andy joining us as well, hopefully. So let's see if we can continue our almost seamless video chat so far. He's in the green room, I'm being told. Andy.
Hello, guys.
How are you, sir?
I'm shell-shocked a bit, really, but great.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any surprise that your attitude in terms of coming back from what is a horrifying injury to then getting straight back down to the pitches and both for yourself and to support others. I mean, I think that sums up the category for me.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a strange situation. I've got to say, I spent October half terms in better places than St George's Hospital, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I just needed to get back out there with the guys as well, especially when we knew a new lockdown was coming. I thought, well, they let me out of hospital Thursday. I thought, well, I better pop down the pitch on Monday, help with the weigh-in because hospital food's not that good. So,
Andy, while you're on, we'd like to show you a little video of some accolades.
Oh, cool.
Congratulations, Andy.
He's a good friend, a mentor, a great coach when he couldn't play.
It's his determination to lose weight practically every week since we started.
Not only is he a great guy, he's a great captain and player for the Greens team in the Aldershot League.
It's been a really, really difficult year for everybody, but especially difficult for Andy.
He had quite a nasty head injury earlier this season, one of our games.
After his really serious head injury, he was back at Aldershot Garrison pitch within weeks with a bandage wrapped round his head and his Man vs. Fat hoodie on.
He became the player facilitator at Aldershot and we couldn't want anyone better to be involved in the Aldershot League.
All of us on the green team knows how much Andy loves his football, as we all do. But it's his determination to lose weight practically every week.
Because he exemplifies everything that Man vs. Fat is about.
He's been there, seen it, done it, 6 stone lost.
And he never complains, always smiling.
I can't wait to play alongside you again soon.
Well deserved.
Well done, Andy Duff.
Andy Duff, a winner.
Ah, excellent.
I mean, Andy, there's some beautiful comments there, and it's clear you're very much loved at the league. How do you feel about things at the moment in terms of obviously us all being away from the pitches? How are the boys in Aldershot coping? How are you coping?
Oh, we're all missing it. We're all desperate to get back there, but we obviously understand why we can't at the moment. But we keep in touch quite well. We've got a good chat going on in the whole league. We've got a league group going in there, and we've got the team chat. There's always someone saying it goes quiet for a couple of days, and I'll always jump back in and just check on everyone, make sure everyone's doing all right. But yeah, it's going well. We're chomping to get back though. That's where we want to be.
And Andy, to come back from all that and your commitment to all the other guys takes an awful lot of drive. So, what is your driver? What drives you to find all this passion and this commitment?
I don't know, to tell the truth. I mean, just clicked in me a while back when Man vs. Fat. I saw the advert years ago, and I signed up a couple of years ago before the All-Shot League even started. So I've been itching for a long time to get going, and it's something that's really clicked with me. The 6 stone weight loss has been a massive help, and just being there, being with guys. Oh, we're all there for the same reason. We all want the same thing. So just being able to sort of encourage guys that want to do it. Everyone's got it within them. It's just some guys will find it easier, some guys will find it difficult. I say, I always say to everyone, it's not hard to do it. There is a way of doing it, and having people around to help is what it needs and what really helps.
No, Andy, thanks so much for joining us this evening, and Zoe, thanks to you as well for presenting the award and supporting the event tonight.
Oh, well
Thanks,
done.
Zoe.
And well done, guys. Brilliant show.
Thanks, Zoe. Well done, Andy.